Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
1 hour to go. The deadline for avoiding a strike between the United Auto Workers and the Detroit Big Three is nearly here.
We are at a pivotal point in our journey.
But hope as you might that 11:59 will bring a deal, the signs have been ominous.
Tonight, for the first time in our history, we will strike all three of the Big Three at once.
From Detroit's most famous trash can to the resolve that seems clear among the rank and file. At this hour, a deal would be more surprising than a strike.
We don't want there to be a strike.
But this is new territory. Both sides openly throwing their cards on the table. And the threat of a strike against not one, but perhaps all three automakers.
Of course I'm worried about it.
It's not Detroit versus everybody. It's Detroit versus Detroit. And the moment of truth is nearly upon us. This is a real-time countdown to the UAW's deadline and the moment we could see an unprecedented strike happen before our eyes.
We are less than an hour away there from a walkout of historic proportions. Tonight during his Facebook Live, Shawn Fain revealed which plants are being called to action in what he called a targeted strike.
And those plants are Ford's assembly plant, the Michigan assembly plant in Wayne, the General Motors assembly plant in Wentzville, Missouri, just outside St. Louis, and the Stellantis Jeep assembly plant in Toledo. Glad you're with us tonight for Local 4 News at 11. I'm Devin Skillian.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Given the tenure and tone that we just heard from Shawn Fain, it seems unlikely a deal will be made inside the walls of Solidarity House tonight. That's where Rod Maloney is live now. Rod, just kind of bring up to speed here.
Well, yeah, we're going to give you a little bit of background on what it is that he's done here. Shawn Fain obviously ready for a strike, calling it the stand-up strike as opposed to the sit-down strike of the 1930s in Flint. And tonight, he's assigned the plants that you just talked about, but let's go over where they are and what they do. Here in Michigan, the Wayne Assembly Plant, it's just the final assembly in the paint shop part of that complex. It's a massive, sprawling complex out there. At this point, they make the Bronco and the Ranger pickup truck there, very big sellers. The action there only affects 3,300 UAW members, but that's likely to take the full assembly plant down there within hours, within tomorrow or perhaps in the next day or two. In the meantime, in Toledo, Ohio, UAW striking the Toledo assembly plant. Remember, there are two plants there, but the one that makes the Jeep Wrangler and the Gladiator is the one that's going to go down there. 5,800 UAW members set to strike there if, in fact, they don't get a deal. And finally, GM's Wentzville assembly plant. They make the Colorado and Canyon midsize pickup trucks and the Express and Savannah vans. 3,600 UAW members expected to walk off the job there with no agreement. Now, those are all, except for the Wayne assembly plant, those are assembly plants, final assembly plants. We thought they might go for components plants, but they started with assembly plants. And so now this is the long-threatened culmination of what Fain believes is, in fact, an historic moment, not only for the UAW, but also for organized labor in general.
This is our generation's defining moment. The money is there. The cause is righteous. The world is watching.
Shawn Fain told Local 4 News first last December, this night might come, and here it is.
This strategy will keep the companies guessing. It will give our national negotiators maximum leverage and flexibility in bargaining. And if we need to go all out, we will. Everything is on the table.
Needless to say, none of this is going over well with the companies. In the hours before Fain's speech, General Motors CEO Mary Barra came out with her own video talking about GM's offer that she calls unprecedented at a crucial time for the industry. It includes a 20% pay raise and promised work for all existing plants. The union isn't biting, though, and Barra believes a walkout imperils the company.
Our competition across the country and around the world, most of whom are non-union, will waste no time seizing the opportunity we've handed them. Nobody wins in a strike. We all know that from hard experience.
Local 4 also has the details of the fourth Ford proposal, containing a 20% pay raise over 4 years with no lump sums, COLA or cost of living adjustments, a $6,500 ratification bonus for permanent and temporary employees. That is unprecedented. Health care rated in the top 1% of U.S. plans remaining as is. 2 weeks of parental leave along with a buyout option for those wanting to retire with a $50,000 or a $30,000 $100,000 payment depending on seniority. A very frustrated Ford CEO Jim Farley told CNN this evening he hasn't been able to get Shawn Fain to even look at this deal or discuss it, and says it's going to bring a lot of pain, particularly to those in plants shuttered because they run out of parts.
Those people will, basically be furloughed, and depending on the state, they may get unemployment, they may not get unemployment, they may get strike funds or not. That's up to the UAW. So it'll be a lot of hardship for people.
Now, Ford is out tonight with a new statement saying that at about 8 o'clock tonight, they were finally able to get a counteroffer from the UAW to the plan that you just heard there. And they said that the UAW didn't budge much on what it was trying to do, and so therefore it's likely that we're going to see a strike here coming up at midnight. They also said, and this is the quote, if implemented, the proposal would more than double Ford's current UAW labor costs, meaning the entirety of Fain's requirements. And they say their costs are significantly higher than the labor costs of Tesla, Toyota, and other foreign-owned automakers. So it is an historic night. It's going to be big. And so now we have pretty much clarity on what it is that Fain is doing and where he wants to take this. So for now, reporting live in downtown Detroit, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Okay, Rod, we appreciate it, and we'll be seeing you again at the stroke of midnight to see if anything has changed.